That
Hello and welcome, everyone. It's back to back days with your dear old friend Huggy. Hope everyone's doing fantastic. Um, I have to say that I thought last week's LCU was a little bit sad, but I just saw Boogie2988 do parkour, asking for jobs on the street. And then you have Booster Gold looking like a lanky, misshapen entity getting bullied by Nightmare and Glammy. I have no idea where this is gonna go. Like, I look at the other shows, and the other shows have a theme to it. The other shows know what they want to do. Yet, I think the primary show, the show Prime, has lost its identity. It has not been must see TV. It has been. I guess it's must see TV for the wrong reasons. It's must see TV to see how much of a train wreck these people will be. And hold on, I gotta tell you, the fact that the fact that you have Boogie, you have Boogie, Rostov. Let me see if I can show you guys on my Twitter or X, however you want to call it. Gee, you mother's a bitch. Oh, there you go. This is it. This is what the primary show has all been going for. This this show has had Boogie on the park bench, Booster Gold being an intern, looking disheveled. Like before taking this picture, this man was, you know, balancing books on his head like he is incompetent. And then you have Rostov doing Rostov things, which is just not knowing what he's doing with his life. Now, sure, they're getting 2,000 plus viewers, which is okay, good for them. But you look at this, and you can't help but feel a sense of pity. And again, I know there are people out there that say, "Oh, this is fake. Um this is not real." Whatever. Okay, most TV shows are not real. Most storylines on shows are not real. But what is very important is it entertaining? And it's not. Like you want to know what was the most entertaining? part of the LCU. Let me see if I can find it. Because y'all got me all fucked up inside. Let's see. Lebrowski. Here you go.
All right, baby, it's time for LOL.
Come on, dude. I'm legitimately.
Would have been a good idea.
Like, look. What? Like, all I have to do is just do freeze frame. What is this? Why are we doing... Why is this intern just balancing books on his noggin? Looking like he about to be Pinhead. On one of the circus freak shows. And Rasov looking... I have no idea why Rasov was wearing paint. Like, I was playing Ghost of Tsushima. I was relaxing, and then I figured, oh, look, it's about to be 7:55. Let me see what craziness has happened. And in those 5 minutes, I saw what I needed to see. So look.
You can't hear me because he's not wearing his fucking headphones.
Look at my tracks.
I'm going to go down in history, known as the guy that killed Lolcow live.
You guys didn't need to be all that. You guys could create a show that would be outstanding. Change it up. You don't need... Rasov doesn't need to be there. Rasov is not good at being, the leader of a show. You have the intern looking like a misaligned, like it looked like his body parts don't fit on his body type of head. Like he looks like a defective Mr. Potato Head. Okay, none of these people can lead a show. None of these people can wrangle the other. Mind you, this man Booster Gold was talking all that hot stuff, like Glammy and Wonder Woman, like being so disrespectful, so much spite, and now all he's doing is just balancing things on his head.
Aren't any of you guys hiring?
Why the fuck would I?
I'll suck dick for video games. I don't mind.
Like, and his girl is recording this. Think about it. You're marrying someone that is out on the street at night saying, I will do fellatio for video games. I haven't seen this man play one video game ever. All he does is just pour stuff on his head and eat cat food. That's all he's been doing. There's no gaming. There's no nothing.
Anybody got like a copy of Ball X Pit on you? I'll suck a dick for Ball X Pit.
I'm waiting for someone in public to call his ass out. I'm waiting for someone to fucking press him. God damn, he's so like he lives in Arkansas. Because this type of behavior would not fly. Holy snap.
Nightmares in waiting. If that's a lie, I'm going to be very, very upset. No, he's here. Thank God for that. You teach me how to play drums, Nightmare?
I'll teach anyone. Let's paint the actual story first.
By the way, in my personal opinion, Nightmare is one of the bright spots of the LCU. No, I'm not joking. I think he is one of the bright spots of the LCU. Here's the thing. I'm gonna explain something to y'all. It's not about me just covering the major points or story beats of the universe. It's also about analyzing the stuff. And I'm not going to be the types of people where I'm just going to do clips and not care about what the about the characters in play, and then after the fact, then have someone else make money off of doing the character work. I'm going to do both. And let me tell you something. Nightmare is fantastic. Nightmare's going through the ringer many, many times over. But if you really sit down and you really watch Nightmare perform on Test, I think he was on Test, and then he was on, was it Tech Talk? I'm going by his coach. Your Mama, he was with Your Mama, he was with, Grim. Like, and he said his own stuff with the, with his drumming. Which is pretty cool. I would definitely feature that because I am a man of the people. But if this show really wants to survive, you can't have 3 wallflowers not. You can't have 3 wallflowers in 68-hour block. That you cannot have that. EST. This is prime time. Like this should lead into your show should be something that could lead into other great stuff. But if people are just totally skipping out on Lolcow Live because of the lack of quality, then who is going to be watching Pitt? Who is going to be watching all the other shows unless they subscribe to it and they put a notification on? Lead-in is something that's very important. Honestly, sure, you could have the redirect from Lolcow Live, and you could get those 2,000 people. That's great, but there's not going to be an upgrade of viewership. The whole point is to get better and better. But if you're at a steady, decline, or you at like at the meandering point, what are you doing? And I keep on saying you should put better people in the show. Just for the sake of all these other shows should be a proving ground for others to do the prime spot. Because all the other shows do like maybe 800 to 900. I'm sorry, maybe 2 to 800 on a given day. Rare you would get 1,000, but Lolcow Live gets the 2,000 mark. That's where the bread and butter is. That's where you make most of your money at. All these other shows, in my personal opinion, should be a proving ground to let other people try to do their best. If you want to keep Boogie in there because Boogie is not good enough for other shows, or he can't go to sleep, or he has doctor's appointments, then fine. Booster doesn't need to be there. Rashov doesn't need to be there. Give someone else a chance to run the show. Give it to someone that has alpha-like energy. Give it to someone that will give it to the other 2 nitwits. Controversy is key. Fights are great. That, in my opinion, could make this show work. Because it's not a good look when all the other shows, A and B, work wonderfully, though they don't have 1,000 cracked, but still, you still have this thing where people are enjoying the content and everything has a theme to it. Everything is not running on just self-flaging of the ego. You're not out here, no one's out here being self-deprecating and not knowing what's going on. You have your quote-unquote primary star wandering around the streets like a whore. Let's continue.
Because Booster's a fucking retard, smegma, pus-filled fucking cue ball of fucking Down syndrome and fucking AIDS. So I'm going to paint what actually fucking happened.
Thank God.
Every day on my solo show, I do 4 to 5 p.m. on drums. and then I chat shit for like 10 minutes. And then I get ready for work. That's what I've been doing. So explain to me, Rastov, when a show starts at noon, which is 5 p.m. my time, how I can dedicate 2 hours that time when I start work at 6.
That would not work time-wise.
Exactly. So why should I cancel? Bear in mind, well, if they said in the VC, fair. I didn't fucking hear. All I hear was people pitching ideas of Josh going up to pretend to be me to fucking like dunk on me, right? I'm like, whatever, it is what it is, right? So if I'm not aware of this and I set up my stream for my soul channel fucking the day before, which again, I don't want brought into the LCU. I don't think it's fucking right that it's brought into the LCU. I don't think it's fair at all because that's not fair. That's taking out other people's fucking pocket. I don't like that, right? But Booster, you've made it a part of this now. So thanks, mate, because you're a fucking
You're welcome,
bellend.
buddy. Just like the Welsh, lazy and conniving. That's exactly what you are, and I expose the lies.
You built like Danny DeVito, you fucking orangutan. Shut the fuck up. You look like an orangutan.
Danny DeVito's a compliment, buddy. Everybody loves Danny DeVito. You gotta think of another one for me, buddy.
Yeah, though he loves his talent.
How do you call me Danny DeVito when I'm 4 inches taller than you, bitch?
Lobster
How
boy.
was that?
Beep, 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 beep. Because you got the build, bro. Do you not understand what I'm saying?
What's up,
Did I say height
Lanny?
retard? No.
Hi.
If he was Danny DeVito, I'd be Arnold. You'd be Danny DeVito.
So let me continue my point. So I'm in the middle of a
Welsh
fucking life thing,
motherfucker.
and I'm getting a fucking false narrative put on me by this fucking testicle tickler.
It's not a false narrative. I was in the voice chat.
Bro, shut the fuck up. You
Would you like me
impregnated a girl with a fucking turkey baster. Don't
Would you
fucking
like?
come at me.
Would you like me to bring up? Would you like me to try and call other people that were in the voice call in, see what they have to say?
Who gives a fuck? My point still stands, retard. What the fuck do you mean? It's
You
not
knew
my
they were going
fault
early.
They went early. And again, how am I supposed to dare?
You
Wait, no,
were in
shut
the voice
fuck
chat
up.
as they were trying to figure out what to do to scramble to go early,
Daddy's
and you
talking.
said,
Shut the
"I'm
fuck
sorry,
up.
I got
will
work."
fuck your
And then
whole
what did
mother
you do? You
just
fucked
to
off and went
fucking
to your own
decimate
personal
you and have
channel.
you call me dad. Shut up. Explain to me how
Say it again,
even if
say
they
it again.
go, even if
Say it
they go
again, maybe
half an
it'll
hour,
actually
again,
hurt next time.
shut the fuck up, daddy speaking. Well, explain to me
you're
how
not
it
my
works.
daddy,
If they
bitch.
go half an hour fucking, if
You're
I
nothing
fucking
but-
mother I am,
you're nothing
if they
but
go half
a
an hour
protozoa
fucking
to
early,
me.
how am I still supposed to dare?
And fucking this dumbass Rostov decides to play the ukulele while people are trying to give you content. And fucking this and Boogie over here laying down like he's about to die. Which, by the way, I thought he had medical conditions. How is he doing parkour, running around, wading in the water? I thought he had medical conditions. I thought he was close to dying. I thought he collapses. I thought he couldn't, move and stuff like that. Now he's doing IRL streams and he's running around like Ezio Auditore fucking doing parkour. I'm confused. Is he dying or is he just faking it? The world needs to know, because when he screams, I want someone in the LCU or maybe one of the donators to super chat him and say, are you dying or are you lying? No one cares. I would love for someone to say, no one cares. You're here for our entertainment. Make us laugh, Court Jester, until you drop dead or something. I don't know. Just, you're here for our entertainment. We don't care about your medical problems. If you don't want to be here, then don't be here. Go away. Go do your streams on Twitch. Go have people, go have people give you pennies on the dollar. Because no one cares about your health concerns. He's been using his health concerns for the past 10 years. I want someone to say that and again, the only person that ever successfully shut him up about that and prevented him from being a gaslighter, from having a pay party with Spring Castle, that's the only person. That's his kryptonite. I want there to be someone in that LCU to be Boogie's kryptonite because he's killing it with his self-deprecating, his woe is me, I'm about to die, and everyone needs to pretend to give a damn about his life. While other people are talking about other people's kids, you don't have your kids, you do this, your father, but we have to protect Boogie, because Boogie's supposedly a sweet baby angel. Okay, whatever.
Dedicate a full 2 hour fucking to the show.
It won't be
when
2
I
hours.
only have half an hour.
Then why were you on your personal channel drumming then?
Because I do that every day, you fucking clown. Look back at the times I go live. You fucking
So you
autism
couldn't
magnet.
so you couldn't put aside your drumming for a little bit just to help out the girls when they
I
needed you
wouldn't
for
have
about
been
an
able
hour?
to because they were supposed to go live at 5, which is when I usually end my stream, or I chat shit for 5 minutes, and then I have a shower, saw my dogs, and I walk to work, you fucking retard. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not the person that fucking e-begs to my fucking mother to fucking fund my shit while you wait to get a fucking job, okay? I do other shit
I don't
as
think
well.
his
That's what I'm
mom
doing.
uses the internet. How
So
could he
what
eBay
you're
her?
saying is when you make a commitment, you back out of it, just like your hair and just like Grimm's beard. That you're supposed
I
to
never made a
punch-
commitment to shave my hair, you fucking retard.
So that means you go against what the boss says, and
Damn
you
straight,
don't
it's
go
called
against what the
fucking
LCU
Viva la
says.
Resistance, pussy-o.
Such a brown noser booster.
Yeah, you're such a fucking pussy, yes, man, and that's why they will have you fucking purple, black, and blue fucking dancing like a little fucking chihuahua, yapping. How high, daddy? How high would you like me to jump? That's where you are. That's your presence in this fucking universe. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Monkey
I appreciate it.
You would like suck him off and tickle his balls and nose up his ass.
Bro, how
all
glam
at
you
the
gonna
same
own you?
time.
How glam you
Shit.
gonna own you? That's a fucking L. Anyway,
What's up, Glammy?
that's what I gotta say, to be honest with you. That's all I gotta fucking say. Booster, you're a midget, bro. Like, genuinely.
I'm
By
bigger than
fucking
you are,
pers-
bitch. Don't
by
you even
per-
try that with
Bro,
me. I'll
yeah,
stomp
yeah,
you
yeah,
around like a little
How-
termite you are. Don't even
It's
try that.
crazy
Fuck
that your
the
arms
Welsh.
and your legs are the fucking same height, brother. That's crazy.
How do you make
You are
Nightmare
literally built like
big?
a fucking orangutan.
Hey, are you guys hiring? We're looking for a job. You know any jobs around here?
Yeah, get one for Booster as well.
It's
So he can
bad
start
when
claiming.
Grammy.
He can
It's
stop
bad when
fucking
the only
claiming
good
credit.
Welsh representative here is
crazy.
Glammy, the talentless one that
homeless
rides
person.
over your mama's coattails on Pit.
I live
Get the
homeless,
fuck out of
like-
here.
It's just-
Pit's
you just
coming
sit
up next. Everyone should watch.
You can laugh all
wrong
you
with
want,
you?
Glenn, but the moment your mama got fired, you were crying like a bitch because you realized you were fucked on your show. You had nothing. Your confidence was shattered completely.
And
Fuck
again,
you.
what are you without Rostov and Boogie?
Period.
You failed on Crip.
I'm an intern. That's what I am.
Yeah,
I
no,
got
but you
skills, I
failed.
can
You
dance.
failed on Crip though. This
Crip
is
was
your
not-
one shot, and you're
Crip was-
trying to flex on someone else.
Crap wasn't my responsibility. You can suck off nut Tet Protect all you want about
Maybe
that,
we
but the
should've
fact of the
never
matter
threw
is
away
he
the rest of
sabotaged
them.
that.
I ain't
That-
sucking on
that-
Tet Protect.
That's got lasted the week.
No, I should.
I'm saying the only person who has the patience to fucking deal with you is Rostov and Boogie. Yeah. You chugged that like you chugged that dick.
Yeah.
Who the fuck drinks like this, by the way?
Because they're professionals, unlike you.
Okay, what was your
Your
purpose,
Mr.
Glammy?
Mr. I'm not going to submit
Bro.
anything for my show, and I'm going to get my show in trouble for not actually telling the boss what I'm going
Fucking
to
hell.
do.
What are you,
No wonder
fucking
Keith always
Randall
yells
from
at you.
fucking
Thank you,
Recess,
Owen
bro? What the
Stevens.
fuck is this? What is this? Oh, I'm not going to submit a show to the bus, mate. I can give you. What are you? You got a fucking notepad to
Rostov,
fucking snitch on
Can you
everyone?
make the
I
night
got a
fucking
memory like this,
harder?
buddy,
I'm
and,
having
and
trouble standing
that's
it.
exactly why your ass
Bro,
was in trouble the
you
other
were,
day.
you were
because of that
bullied over
bullshit
the
like that.
server for eating your fucking nose burgers in a fucking
wait, I got
VC
it.
while solving
I
a
got it.
Rubik's Cube. You sad little party clown. Yeah, that's right.
Where am I
Stay
at
in the
now?
fucking
Where am I?
space.
Where am I at now? I'm on live. Where you
Doing
at? In
retarded
the
shit
dump.
for fucking free.
Trying to do
Oh,
a
those
Viva
are
La
nice glasses.
Revolution like a little bitch cow
Those are good
with a bunch of
glasses.
40-year-old with a
I
bunch
will
of
take
40-year-old
where I am every
hormonal
day.
menopausal women watching
Check out
your
his
fucking
glasses.
show
You're
trying to
gonna
support your
insult-
ass
wait,
and
wait,
crying
wait,
every time something
wait.
happens. You fucking can't
You're
testicle.
gonna insult the viewer base that comes from live.
Yeah, I'm insulting your viewer base.
That comes from live.
Menopausal
That
old
comes from
bags
live.
that sit there and support your ass and
These
chase away
smoking
any
cigarettes
substantial
on fire?
donator because they
That's
get
gross.
jealous at the fact that somebody who's actually hot may actually dig your show.
Are you hot? Do you? You look like a trainee sex offender.
I'm not talking about me, buddy.
Like,
Damn it, that got
really?
me.
You look like you were when you were born.
I was
you
gonna
had to sign
say
the birth
you
certificate,
lost a
and
massive
you had to
donator
sign
today because
the
of
sex
in your
offenders
fucking
list.
chat. All right, you
Bro,
lost a massive donator today.
you have the Guinness World Record for most motherfucking sex offender lists signed across the fucking world globally. Motherfucker,
that's so
you would have to
skippy.
sign that shit in
See,
advance
see-
before you enter the
See,
UK.
I go high, he goes low.
Bro, imagine like being Booster and living in a street where all your neighbors have to have fucking Chris
All right.
Hansen on speed dial. Like, come on, like,
Okay,
let's fucking.
Booster, you are
I have to hear
literally
what
built
Glammy
like
has
a
to
weeble
say.
wobble.
What's up, Glammy?
Oh, I lost the
just
nightmare
wanted to
clip.
see if
Where's
you
the rest of
and
the clip?
I wanted to give you an olive branch to see if you and I could mend fences. I know we've said some fucked up shit to each other, but I didn't know if you were willing to bury it.
At this point, sure.
Okay, that's all I wanted. Pit after that. Thank you. See ya.
Golly gee willikers. Look at this. No, wrong one. What we have here is just the LCU just going crazy. Now, do I think it's going to get better? I have no idea if it's going to get better. I have no clue. I mean, and I keep on saying this, but the thing is that I don't know when self-respect is, if there's any shred of self-respect within these three people. Like, I'm just impressed, and I'm just impressed that there are people that are still willing to watch this from front to back. I think that you're going to see people in the LCU take up channels. Like, they're gonna use their own channels to do some other stuff. They're gonna freelance. And like Nightmare with his drumming, I would totally take up a second shift. Like, yeah, sure, you could be a host and you could go up and you could fight for your life and stuff, but you might as well build your own YouTube channel. Do the stuff that makes you happy, and then and well, obviously you cannot self promote in the LCU because I'll take away viewers. But I would just go ahead and just do the best you can, and and try to find a niche to it because it's not working one bit. I also did a video. I did a video like recapping the latest drama when it came to Tommy and Billy. This morning, Tommy and Backler were talking about Billy's response to the whole thing. I'm just gonna say that it's like the lore between Billy and Tommy supersede anything that has to do with Lolcow Life. This is way past manufactured nonsense. This is like a blood feud, and we have one person holding the blood feud and taking the opportunity to protect their own and damage another is something nice to see. So I have no idea. Oh, what's this? Hello, server.
Yeah, dude, not gonna lie. Like, people were saying this is fake. This is not fake. I have been in the commentary sphere watching Billy and Tommy. Billy got called out for some shit he did, and yes, Tommy did fail to mention the Dead on Dave stream, but he was trying to use that to weaponize and manipulate the situation.
Oh, of course.
My whole issue, right, with Billy is you can't trust the guy. Like, Xylee couldn't trust him. He does this manipulative bullshit. I wish people would bring up not just the baited shit, Bring up Drunken Peasants. When Boogie was on, when Billy was on there.
Oh. Yeah.
Because think about it.
Yeah, I'm listening. What's up?
Like, just think about that, right? Like, no one's bringing up those clips from Drunken Peasants when he was on there. I get it. Like, this is a content type of career that they're in, you know? Lolcow or their own careers when it comes to Tommy and Billy, right?
Yeah, it's like a long-standing blood feud. Yes.
And I don't blame Tommy. Because, like, I feel like Tommy calls them out as they are. And if Tommy's wrong, he's the type of guy that would, you know, he would say, look, he would say, I was wrong. I apologize. But he has nothing to apologize in this case. Billy's going to try to make him think that way, but he's not going to budge, dude. You know?
Yeah, like I said, there are other channels that go over this,
Mm.
and they don't either pay attention to what the storyline is or not
Well, it's
familiar.
because these clip channels are just trying to just grab as much content as they can. They don't care about getting context about the story because to them, all this is just clips for their channel.
Exactly, and there's nothing wrong with that, but
I'm calling out you, Aussie Cop.
well, the thing is that when it comes to this, like you speak about Ozzy Cop, I have nothing against Ozzy Cop. I think Ozzy Cop is a cool customer.
No, I have no issue with them. I want to point them out specifically because I've just noticed that for a while.
Because the thing is, is that if you look at an Ozzy Cop, if you look at Ozzy Cop stuff, especially going over this whole thing, you know, he thinks this is all fake. He doesn't. I don't think he understands the context of Real Talk, Beta, Dead on Dave.
Well,
And
yeah,
stuff.
because he's mainly focused on lookout clips, you know.
Yes.
And none of the stuff is being shown, like the Dead on Days clips or the Drunken Peasants clips, prior to the LCU. We're just going off of what the LCU stuff is. And I feel like without that, what's the word? I don't know. I feel like without more context, you're kind of, what's the word? Yeah, without the context, like you're kind of just stuck, not knowing what's going on.
Yeah, someone re-uploaded the Billy the Fridge clip. And it's like, it's 35 minutes of stuff. Which I might do. But regardless of the fact, I'm not in any way, shape, or form. I'm no way, shape, or form, you know, downplaying these amazing clip channels. But at the same time, context matters. You gotta.
Well, that's my problem, right? Because like I watch these guys, and I'm a fan of Aussie Cop, and I'm a fan of Lebrowski, but I'm just saying this as a criticism as a fan, and also as a commentator,
Mm-hmm.
that your guys are doing sloppy work. You're not giving the whole story. It's like you're giving half the pie, you know, like this, like the Billy and Tommy story is like a pie. It's like you're giving me half the pie instead of giving me the whole pie.
Of course. Now with Lebrowski's I think he has something called Lebrowski wins against Tommy C and not Tommy C against Keemstar. Like, let me ask you something. As a fan, are you looking forward to a future debate between Lebrowski versus Keemstar?
Kind of. I mean, it's just like when Ruby came up there, it's a nothing burger, really.
I mean, to be quite honest with you, with Ruby would just talk about stuff, and then the thing between Keem and Ruby was a mess. I was confused with
Yeah,
that part.
but I doubt we're ever gonna get to see Lebowski versus Keem debate, dude. Like Keem runs from Lebowski.
Oh.
Like he runs from him constantly.
Well, yes, yes, you're not wrong about that. Because look, Lebowski has stated that all he has receipts of King Star's transgressions. He recently pointed out the fact that
Yeah.
like Keem bullied fucking Scott out of $1,000 according to allegedly, right? And or the fact that Keemstar is gooning tremendously.
The King's okay. I gotta give this a little bit because I a little insight into the King Scott thing. Look, King Scott, like I talked to King Scott. He just said that he stopped giving money because he was like some shit happened with his church. Like he just gave the story that like something was going on with his church, like the church he was working at, because he was
Okay.
doing stuff for Lolcow. I don't know if the story's true or not, but he does work in a church. He did that in the VC one time.
Well,
Yeah.
I well, like I said, good for him, I guess. He about his
Yeah, good for
conversion.
him. He has a kid. He goes to church, touches grass. He's in the Discord
Wow,
lookout.
so amazing.
Yeah, he
Well,
touches grass. Oh, I'm a priest, guys. I have a job.
but let me ask you this. Let me ask you this publicly on the stream. What are your thoughts about Booster Gold? Do you think Booster Gold is ever going to amount to anything in local life?
Do, no, I think the real question is: do you think that Booster Gold's ever gonna fucking see his penis again?
I don't know. Like I said earlier in the stream, I think he is someone that
He's a
is,
fucking loser. That's what he is. He's a loser who went after other people's kids.
and
You,
that's
you,
the crazy part. Yeah,
Oh, and
that's
then that motherfucker got called out for saying some creepy shit to a female SU host, and he still has a fucking spot on live. And to be honest, it's like I get it. Like Lolcow Live is basically like a frat boy party if you think about it, because the amount of disrespect.
see. The problem is that at least I think most of these hosts have talent, and I but I don't think they are good enough to strike on their own.
Well, some of them are trying.
Yeah, if Lisa was really bothered by what was said with what Booster Gold said, she has every right to legitimately leave and not come back. I'm like, I'm not doing this. I
Yeah,
don't care
but the
about the
problem though
money.
is with her. Yeah, but she's not. But I don't know, man. But like the thing is, I think there was a deeper issue. It wasn't just the whole Booster Gold thing. I think she generally felt like she felt kind of embarrassed or some type of way towards Scooter. Because I know her and Scooter were friends.
Yeah, but Scooter has a low IQ.
But also the
Scooter,
thing about like Lacey though, right? Like I don't trust her after the whole John shit because she said all that shit about John, and it turned out it wasn't true at all. And anybody could vouch for John because. Like I'm telling you this right now, I may not like John, but I do got to give him the fact that he would never say what Lacey was trying to claim that he did or said.
oh, at least he was framing John about something.
She was trying to make John seem like to be like he was a racist. And saying like she was just trying to go after John and another dude in the Discord called Dank, and she just kept trying just to stir up the pot, right? Well, then John went up on test. I think it was last weekend, or I can't even remember, man. It's been so long. Fucking time doesn't work in the time doesn't work anymore, bro. The LCU, like, you know, there's shit going on every fucking day now. It's like I can't even keep up with time. I can't give a timeline anymore. I really don't know the whole timeline. It was a back and forth for a couple weeks. At least he still hasn't apologized for accusing him of being a racist and some other shit. In fact, she kept saying, "Oh, well, I'm friends with Brantley. I'm friends with Brantley. I'm friends with Brantley. I'll fucking say something Brantley now." That's kind of how she was trying to frame it. Like trying to say I have authority over you because I'm a woman and I can talk to another woman that's in power, the highest woman in power, you know, Brantley Keem.
But
You know what I'm saying?
no, of course.
And don't get me wrong, it's like if these comments were actually said, but Dink and John were unbanned because those weren't true. And I think slander is not a good look on Lacey. And then now this.
Hey Victor, by the way, what's up? Victor, if you are
Hey, Victor.
done playing pretend with Bully, you're more than welcome to come on, buddy. I know you don't sleep. You're a insomniac and stuff. I digress. But
Victor, I know you don't sleep at night, dog. I see your ass online all the time. I'm kidding.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Booster Gold is a forever loser.
No, fuck that guy, man. He literally bro, like he got fucking glam, like he was like trying to dox Glammy and Wonder Woman's kid. Like that's so fucked. Like, this should be a lesson to anybody who does internet. Never mention if you have kids or spouses. Never mention their names. Not at all. I don't care if you're if you're just Discord friends or if you're, you know, never mention anything like that to anybody.
Oh, of course.
You know, I felt like when Booster Gold did that shit, it kind of felt like when like R. Kelly was going after Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, it was like, I'm just like, why is this fucking dude still on here? Like, this is just like, I'm just fucking over this motherfucker, Booster Gold, being on live. Like, he doesn't do anything, he just sits there. He's like a fat glob that just sits in the corner. He's like he's like Rastov, you know? Just sits there in the corner. Doesn't really run the show, just kind of, you know, stands there.
Well, that's because that's all he knows to do. Because I'll tell you this much. If he had all that fire and spit regarding all the other people in the LCU, because you know how like 1 second. Okay. Like you were saying before, you know how like he was going off on people, he was yelling at them, like giving them the business with
Yeah.
Glammy and stuff, like he was yelling at them. Like he looks neutered. He looks like he doesn't have any balls. It's all about yes sir, no sir. It's like he's got whipped into submission.
No, master, don't hit me, master.
I'm just saying.
Can we start calling him Master Keemstar then, if that's his master?
I'm not gonna go that far, but
Yeah.
I'll tell you this much. With
Like
Lolcow
fucking book.
left,
Like imagine Boogie's in the corner. My name is not Boogie. Whoosh. Quiet, you.
I keep on saying this.
I'm
There
sorry.
are too many talented folks in the LCU.
Okay, I got a question though. Who would you consider talented?
You compared to Booster, You are like the fucking Tom Cruise.
Why are you comparing me to Booster, dude?
No, I'm
I don't
saying
want to be
that.
compared to
I'm
Booster.
saying that if, for sake of argument, if you want to talk about like if they want an intern, you would be a perfect person because at least you're not going to be a wussy. But let's say excluding you, right? Who else do you think I think is talented? Nightmare, Glammy, your mama,
You know,
Lacey.
I have to give you that about like Nightmare, because dude. Also, speaking about Nightmare, I saw something today, right? So Nightmare, he does his own like side streams.
Yeah, it's the drumming
Um,
stuff. Yes.
yeah, he respect like today, like Lacey gave him a shout out, and he got really upset with her because he's like I don't want this to be with part of Lolcow, and I'm like I don't blame him. In fact, One Buff Weave started streaming on his own channel too today
Because you know why? Because
because they're talented.
it's not even that. It's the fact that Boogie, Fake Cancer 2988, and the rest of these buffoons are going to cause a collapse. And I think in everyone's mind, they think like if Local Live goes down, there's no point in having the network.
You know, I've talked to like a lot of hosts in the LCU, and their number one. I mean, like I've talked to One Buff Wee before, in the VC about this kind of question because I asked him this question, and he's like, "Well, I'll just go on and find another job." But that's what everybody's kind of just said, and it's like, dude, like, what is Keemstar doing? Is he just running this to the ground? Because like, I swear, like, if this was like. Because if Keem actually cared, he would have already stepped in by now and then would have like redirected the show, or moves things around to make the show better. I just don't think he cares anymore. His little the LCU is his 2-year pet project because he's rich and he can just do what he wants. So now he's just probably gonna move on to his next project.
Yeah, the thing is, Silver, is that if Keemstar doesn't care, right? Why isn't Boogie caring? Why isn't Rostov caring? Why isn't Booster caring? Because the thing is, they did a show last night with the majority of them were like cut my life into pieces. They look like a last resort type. Fucking you have
Oh,
this.
speaking about today's show, Huggy, I didn't watch it, but like, you know how they usually have like a good like 400 like audience in the waiting like for the stream to start? They
Yeah,
only had 200 today.
it's not good because people
200.
know.
That's bad.
Because people know
Bro,
how.
watch it. Like, look at Boogie's gonna end up in another fucking crypto scam after this shit.
I know.
Dude, he was already talking about doing that like a couple weeks ago. He was like, "Yeah, guys, I got into this coin," and Keemstar said, "It's like, bro, Wings fucking like he knew to get out there right at the fucking perfect time."
Wing, wherever, Wing just wherever, bro. Like,
Where's the thing, right? Like Wings, he's fucking smart with his money. Say what you want, like about his past, I can understand that, but like now, him and like his wife Kelly basically have it like set up to where like they could live comfortably for the rest of his life in that double wide.
well, that is the dream, but I'll tell you this much. Boogie doesn't have. Boogie has shown that all he is or all he was
Ballard.
someone that mimicked a lisp and gaming knowledge. That's all he was.
Well, yeah, dude, it's like what even is live anymore? Like I'm just been asking my question. I've been asking that stuff in my head the past
Look
couple of
at the
weeks.
stream. Look at the stream. You have three buffoons, like just sad and pathetic, like they're fucking about to like they're about to go to the guillotine or to the gallows.
You know the thing is about it too. It's like I feel bad. Like I don't know. Like I feel bad for hosts that don't have a fucking plan right now because it's like everything is crumbling around them, and it's like if I was like I've talked to former hosts, they think that there's an end to this. A lot of people are saying it, bro.
It doesn't. There doesn't need to be an end to this. It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't
That's
have to be, and I'm not saying it does. I'm just saying I want to see change. You know, I mean, like, come on, we're about to get into the next year. I'm hoping that like they'll walk in and we'll get some changes and things will go back. Well, this will just be, an afterthought a couple months from now.
no, because Boogie will always act like Boogie. Because Boogie will always be a forever loser. Boogie will always dangle his health problems, his mental health problems, his suicidal tendencies. He will hang them all. You will never see this man capable of leading anything. He can't. And I, in this thing about 20 years this, 20 years that, no, no, no. That all went down the drain, ladies and gentlemen. When he
Well,
went to
he also like fucking burned all his bridges too.
he
He
went
burned his
to
bridges. Like,
VidCon at the height of Gamergate. He was on a panel. Backstage, he got bullied by Nita Sarkeesian because he was a fence
I forgot
sitter.
about that.
Because he was a fence
I
sitter.
forgot
He
about
took
that, bro. That shit was insane.
tiny little woman is bullying Boogie. Boogie, who has name recognition. Boogie, who is a supposed Mr. Rogers of the neighborhood. Everyone's favorite YouTuber, right? Boogie2988 coming to you live with the power of the internet. You know, that whole spiel. This man who did updates on his weight loss. He did DDP yoga. He did all this other stuff. And yet, this man lost it all. Because he admitted he's offensive, that he meant that he's a people pleaser. No one took him seriously. That's when the stuff got declined. It wasn't because of the crypto stuff. It was because of the Anita Sarkeesian stuff. It was because he didn't
Well,
have a strong
not only
will
that,
to.
Huggy,
I'm
but
telling
like,
you watch the thing
hang
with
on.
Anita and you follow that trend. It went down because no one could take him seriously. His opinions on things didn't matter when he reviewed games. When he went over gaming events, like he wants to be liked by everyone.
I
And now we get
feel
to well,
this is what I also feel is right because like remember 2017, I think was when like Boogie just started like showing the not so Mr. Rogers side of himself. Like that's when he was going on the H3 podcast talk about hookers that he was with, all that. And then the Frank Castle shit. It's like, yeah, you're right. He just like at that moment was kind of like, yeah, but Boogie's done for. And now look at him, like crawling on his hands and knees for fucking Keemstar. That's sad.
yeah,
Like,
and that's the
dude,
other
I would
thing.
rather work. I would rather work at McDonald's than have to degrade myself this bad for
But the
doctor money.
reason But the reason why that happened and what got people like me fucked up, because this man decided to go on Review Tech USA's show and have a fight
Oh, I
with
forgot about that.
he had a fight with some already gamers, and now we have this rule where no one can go on other people's shows because everything is content for the LCU. So like if I wanted to interview someone from the LCU that I like a Nightmare, a Yo Mama, a fucking Glammy, what have you. I can't do that because not Keem, Boogie messed that up because he decided to go on another person's show, give content, Boogie, he fired.
Now you
this
know how I
man.
feel.
And then
Bro, now you know how I feel.
had to have, and then he had to have his fucking younger clone of his wife, Desi 2, record him going on his hands and knees, barking like a dog, saying, "Forgive me. Forgive me, Mr. DeForio. Forgive me, Keemstar. Please. Please, I
That's what I'm
want to come
saying, man.
back."
Like you went to that point of fucking begging and gropping. It's like, dude, go find a normal fucking job, bro. Like, it's not worth it at
Can't
that point.
work. That's the thing. Allegedly, he doesn't have. He has massive health problems. He cannot
You can work
work.
from home.
Bro, he works from home regardless, and he fails at that.
Yeah, true.
He, like I said, he's a failure at life. He is legitimately a failure at life. If it was for him being a fence sitter, if it wasn't for him losing his cool. Wait, what's this? Do you guys like all of this right here, right? Is
Oh my god. Somebody in the chat said you sound like Andy Ditch.
I have no idea who Andy Ditch is. I'm confused.
Oh, he's a Lolcow. Dude, that guy, like, I don't want to get in the Andy Ditch lore, but he's a really gross Lolcow.
He's disgusting. But
Dude, he's really fucking gross.
what was I gonna say? Okay, yes.
He's more pathetic than Boogie, dude. Like Andy Ditch is a dude who keeps thinking that he has autism. He fakes his autism, bro, just like Boogie does. But instead of stopping it, he tries to go to those fucking care homes and have them wipe his ass. Shut up, he does not, Scorpion. Whatever your name is in the chat. Sorry.
But anyways, but what I was saying is that Boogie has caused himself so much stress when it came to the Gamergate stuff. He caused himself so much stress with Frank Castle. Like I said, there's so much lore when it comes to Frank Castle. Like Ethan Ralph, all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Like he sounds like it. But in any case, he and now you have Rostov. Like, what are your thoughts about Rostov? Like, Rostov is just there.
Well, no. I have some more thoughts. I have a lot of thoughts about Rostov.
Oh, speaking of peace, I know you two have a love-hate relationship.
Okay, first of all, I liked Rostov when he was on Aussie. I've liked him since the start. But my problem is I gave him criticism when I was on Nuts. I gave him fucking criticism when I was talking to Scooter, and then he fucking popped up there. Of course he did, because, he's probably fucking sitting there, like, analyzing, see what people are going to talk about him. Or fucking Scooter was, like, fucking hyping him up in the DMs. Who fucking knows? Anyways, so I was just mentioning how I was kind of mentioning some of the shit. This is like the earlier feud between Tommy C and him. And basically, like, he came up there and he goes, "This is what I'm tired of people doing to me. I'm tired of people." You say, like, "I'm tired of all of y'all acting all nice, give me criticism, and then being nice to me." Like, cause Rastov, I'm being constructive. I know that's not something you're used to, because your ego is so fucking big. Also, my other issue with him is he's a community manager, right? And I get it. They paid him to go up on Cafe for his punishment for telling Booster to go ask Lacey doesn't stink, you know?
Yeah, yep.
He should have been suspended for a day. As I feel like that's an inappropriate work. That's an inappropriate thing to say to your female coworker in a normal job.
No one gets suspended.
But you know what I'm saying, though, right? Like
Of
maybe
course.
have like maybe Doc's brass like a day off of Rexoff's pay or something, or make him like work for cafe for like a week for free or something like that, you know?
Dude.
Or have him go on babes and let him like and dress him up like a.
Lest you forget, my dear friend, Keem, Billy, and everyone else was trying to defend CD-ROM and try to get him
Oh
to.
God! Oh God! I
So,
forgot about that.
yeah, so if they were willing to try to get CD-ROM to, try to get CD-ROM to change his story real quick, be like, no, you don't really believe, you don't really are pro Starman. No, you're not. They released the
Stop.
witness.
It's bigger.
So if
You
you're
know,
telling
bro,
me
shout out
that
to your mama.
what happened?
I said, I want to shout out to your mama. I fucking love your mama.
Yes. But the point is that if they were trying to help CD-ROM, what behavior is there that can get someone permanently fired? Hell, even Belushi leaked DMs,
That
and he's
motherfucker.
back
I hate him.
with Denmark and Lolcow and Ken. So what else is there left?
Oh yeah,
The only
fuck
people
Belushi, bro.
that got destroyed were Madhouse. That was it.
Yeah, even then, it's like I feel like from the jump, like Jaffe and Keemstar had creative differences when it came to how they wanted to do shit. And I don't blame Madhouse, but it's like I feel like if it's towards Keem or Brantley, that's when they'll actually do shit. But if not, then it's like fuck you, you're just one of my minions kind of thing, you know? You're just one of like on God. He was about to fucking ban your mama from fucking server for a little bit just because like he brought a detractor on. Like, come on, Keem. Like you've been on this shit for how long now? And you can't deal with getting a little fucking criticism?
Well, it's not even criticisms. It's the fact that they think that Lebrowski called him the devil, which it wasn't the case. It just, again, Lebrowski used the words and the clips against Keem.
You're coming up.
That's the thing. So now, you have this thing where it's Lebrowski, Ozzy Cobb. And there's other clip channels that do good work. But now but Lebrowski has put a name to the face. Well, not really a name to the face. He has a bandana around his face. But regardless, everyone and their mother treats Lebrowski like he is Voldemort 2. Voldemort 1 would be Becky. But it's kind of like when you treat someone with such reverence that you're not allowed to say the name, you're then causing the myth to be bigger than it should be. If you get what I'm trying to say.
Trying to say. And yeah, it's like is that this man it pisses me off because it's like Jaffe got fucking the boot for basically like talking about that. Link's got the boot for no fucking reason. Well, I guess there was some reason, but I don't believe it though. Like, you know, I feel like if it's rules to Keemstar, right? If it affects Keemstar, then shit gets done. Like the Gambler Asylum guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
That shit, bro. He would have Gamer Sign would have still been fucking donating if it wasn't a bigger issue than it was.
Of course.
Like for a fact, Keem was probably defending Gamer Sign, but I just think I'm sure Gamer Sign probably said something. Somebody in the chat says I'm here. So I would like Lebrowski, but he won't stop being creepy comments detailing and totally he wants to make fun of the new LCU guys. Physically disabled. Yeah, I can see that. I'm here.
Well, hello, welcome. I'm here. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Much respect to Lepowski. I think you know, it's interesting. Like I was watching his stream. And like I was listening to it while I was playing Ghost of Tsushima.
Good game.
Good game, yeah. And then he goes on and he insinuates. First of all, he insinuates that Batgirl has a spicy channel, and I'm
Well,
like,
she did used to.
right. And then and then he says, for science. I looked at it, and I'm like,
Bro.
Okay, cool.
I feel and then there was the whole thing with Bunny, or the Bunny stream where he was like a little too excited there.
That's going to be chalked up to like I just met Bunny. Oh, also, real quick, that whole like people in the LCU were paying attention for Lebrowski interviewing some Bunny, and I'm like, I didn't know this was a main event. Like people treated like Bunny to be like something that everyone needs to see. Bunny did not to do anything with anything. And I don't know if anyone knows on that side of the fence, but sources have told me that Bunny was offered a job back in the LCU by Keem. I can neither confirm nor deny these are true, but that's what I heard.
I'm sure he probably thought about it or considered it because he liked Bunny and he liked Ted Protect. That's why Ted Protect is back in the LCU. But I just feel like him and Jaffe just kind of butt heads, and it's like they're entitled to their own opinions. They have their own way of seeing things,
But anyways, but regardless of the fact, it's like, and this is in the most general of senses. People who watch the LCU and they look at these women, I don't think they have any talent whatsoever. And it's like,
Well, yeah.
because I'll tell you this much: if I had Batgirl on my show, I would focus on her strengths. What are her likes and dislikes, right? And we focus on that.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'd be like, what? Like,
Same thing. You gotta focus on what makes them tick, what makes them interesting.
the thing about Zay, she grown on me a lot when she was on Nerds. Like, I feel like, did she behind the scenes, bro? Because like I've talked to her behind the scenes when I was like doing some things for Rewind. She's a hard working motherfucker, and I felt bad. I'm sorry, this is a little tight change, but I felt bad the other day when Billy was trying to gaslight her, kind of like when they were live on air.
Well, like I said, when it comes, like people think that Batgirl has nothing to offer, and I would
Oh,
say,
she has a ton of offer, dude. She does so much shit.
right, and I would just say that just because she may have a spicy channel account does not mean anything.
Yeah, but why?
There are
Like, why do we need to bring that up? Like,
there are plenty of women.
also, like, why are we bringing up? Yeah, but also,
Exactly.
like, why is Zabrowski bringing up people's outside shit from the LCU? It's like you should just be solely covering their LCU stuff, not what they do outside of the LCU.
Well, that's the prerogative, and I'm not go. The fact remains, I think people make the connection of why Batgirl got hired in the LCU is because of the fact of allegedly Keen gooning on OnlyFans people, or the fact they're pretty or whatnot. I think that's the whole reasoning for that. But when it when it comes to like and I think I've said this plenty before. When it comes to the Bunny interview with Lebrowski, I've always maintained this. It was just nervousness. That's all it was. I think it was just nervousness, and it was just not preparing questions ahead of time or preparing a roadmap for the interview. Because again, when you exhaust all your questions about the Madhouse incident, there's nothing really left to talk about, and you run into a situation where you could have nothing to say except for like, would you rather do this or would you rather do that? And it's like, if it was any other person, they would get feel uncomfortable and they would cut the thing short. But Bunny's a team player. Bunny did her best to give as much content as she could, within
Oh,
reason,
definitely.
of course. So I don't think it. Like I said, it is what it is on that. Wait, let me see. He straight up told people to ask Batgirl for the link. She discussed now wanted to share, basically encouraging the audience to sexually harass her. I didn't hear that part here. I didn't hear that part. But if that was the case, that's kind of fucked up. Like, why the fuck are you going to be asking this chick for a link that she doesn't want anyone to know about?
Also, it's like, bro, it's like
It's the
Batgirl has
past.
said on. Also, Batgirl has said on the show and in her past that she would like went through a lot of shit before she got with her current husband, and so like she was in a really dark place in her life. So I don't think she wants to be reminded about that, you know.
Exactly.
And then it's like, why are we bringing up her fucking past? Like, Lebrowski, focus on her LCU shit. You fucking. I'm sorry, but there's just been too many cases of Lebrowski kind of being a gooner himself.
Listen, I goon too, but I
Look, we
goon
all
on the
goon, but like, bro, I'm not like, but I'm not looking at my damn Lolcow clip channels to see like, oh yeah, Batgirl fucking Zazu and Batgirl had only like.
but I've always maintained this thing. Give me a chance at interviewing the ladies. Let me go and have fun. Let me go and have a chance speaking with these lovely people. I want to show people I could do it. And
Yeah.
again,
Also, it's like I don't know why they just don't like you. Like I just don't know why they just don't have like approved channels, right? Like I understand the whole thing with Boogie, but they should have made like a rule where it's like only like approved channels on a list or something. You know?
now when I went to Tommy's Kick channel earlier this morning, I said hi to Tommy, and Tommy thought it was a detracted channel. And I'm like, no, I'm not a
Like
detracted channel,
I'm just a clip
Tommy.
channel.
I just clip it. You use my shit on your show. Like, what are we talking about? But it is what it's like. It's not Tommy's responsibility. You know who is who
Well, yeah,
is
I just don't think he bothers to care,
what
dude.
he
Like,
doesn't even be bothered by nothing. But what I did was, instead of me harping on it, I just asked questions about stuff. When I went to his channel, I just asked questions like, he spoke about Medicare, and I just asked the question, Tommy, do you think you could blood sports against Medicare? And Tommy said something very interesting.
what do you say?
He was like, America without cancer could destroy me. He has destroyed me in the past.
Oh yeah, dude. Medicare fucking fights hard, bro. He fights hard and dirty.
So,
Dude, this was
me,
before. Like, I need to like say this about Medicare. This was before Medicare kind of became a weirdo, though, because like, it's like the cancer. Like, ever since he had the cancer, that was when like people started to notice that he had this like obsession with this weird anime shit, like lolly type shit, bro.
here's the thing that I will tell you about America, and I'm not trying to defend anything. If there's one person in this whole entire commentary universe that could that could be on some silly shit and no one's gonna fucking bother him, is America.
You okay, Huggy?
Listen, yeah, I was coughing. Medica could take a poop in the middle of the street, and no one's gonna say anything. Medica could body check someone, and no one is going. Like, there are people that could go toe to toe with Medica, and it'll be a stalemate, or maybe it'll be like a 1 point difference between Medica and this one other person. But to be out to get to demolish America is not gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. Never. So sure, like if like I said, I do not condone weird lolly shit. I do not condone it not one fucking bit, okay?
I know you don't condone it. I was just saying, like, I just brought that up because, like, wasn't
But
that like so to kind of give like the timeline of Medicare, like after cancer? Because like
but the thing
pre-cancer Medicare was different.
savage, yes, but hear me out. Let's just say for the sake of argument, America was okay with it. Let's just say for the sake of argument, right? Who's gonna say anything to him? Who's gonna make videos of America? I just like it could happen. It can happen, but like in my personal opinion, America is well within in his rights to like defend his point and do whatever. You know what I mean? It's kind of
Yeah.
like the silly nonsense that Destiny does, where he does taboo topics and figures out a way to make it sound okay. It's kind of like the dog.
Yeah, I hate that shit, dude.
It's kind of like when you do dog wars, that fucking exercise that people who how great logistics do. Which I'm not going to
Yeah.
describe what dog wars is, but again, I spoke with Tommy about Medicare, about his service at the army, about the
Yeah.
fact that I like that thing with Billy made me laugh or whatnot, and like I kind of figured that was the case
Well,
when he
like,
like
what happened with the conversation after that? Like, does he think of you to the tractor still, or does he now like kind of see you as just like a clip channel?
the thing is that I don't even make it a I don't even care at this point about where I how I look or not. I can only my channel does one thing, right? But who I am is another thing. My
Yeah.
voice is here. My thoughts are here. It's on my streams. It's in this. It's in chats. It's in VCs. So I'm not gonna be out here being like, oh, I want to be friends with Tommy. That's not the case. What I do want to do is like I want to build business type relationships where I can have a chance to speak with people. Just have a conversation.
Well,
Like
yeah. I mean, I see what you mean from there. You know, like have a conversation or just spark some.
I'm not
Fun
out here talking about no. I'm not out here asking about like being parasocial or whatnot. I know when it comes to Tommy, I
Well, you're
understand
more
what
like
goes.
business. You're standing on business, right? It's like that's the thing.
I
Like you're standing on your
definitely,
business, and
definitely
your business is to do what you like most. You know, making clips, like clipping the Lolcow shows. You know.
clipping shows and then actually talking about stuff. I'm actually talking about the LCU. I'm actually giving ideas. I'm not just someone that clips stuff and just leaves it alone. I mean, video wise, yeah.
Yeah.
But if I'm on stream, I have an obligation for myself to be like, okay, I see what's happening. This needs to stop because if it doesn't
It's just like
stop,
I just wish that they didn't. I mean, like I know that's kind of how Keemstar thinks, but I just wish that like they did something where like people like you who are not actual like detractors could like interview people from the LC. Like I want to do that. Like I'm not a detractor. I make my content covering Lolcow, some of the Lolcow stuff.
well, look, you are in very prime position to ingratiate yourself in the Discord. You could go
I've
in
tried,
and
man. It's yeah, it's a no go. I tried with like a couple people, but either they were like, "Oh, I don't want to do that just because I got a show." It's
well, and the thing is that if I was to spend the $10 on a show, right, and going into the VC, what makes me like? I'll put it to you like this, and I'm not saying it's going to be definite, but can you imagine if I spent the basic $10, go into the Discord, and then magically have the host come and speak with me? Because I'm gonna be the same old. Because that would be funny. That would be hilarious when people when other people tell me, "Hey, Huggy, the VCs are dead. No one comes into the VCs." It's just like you would have to. If you really want to talk to the host, you gotta spend more money in the VIP chats. And I'm like, and that's what dissuaded me at first. Because I don't want to talk to just the regular people. I want to talk to the movers and shakers. I want to be able to talk with them. But, like, if my name carries any type of weight, as people tell me allegedly it does in the Discord, where people be sharing my videos in the Discord, right? Where you see host go to me and ask me in my comment section, can I borrow this for a thing, right? It's just like something curious about that, but that's me. You are you, Silver. You've been
I'm so
without.
sorry, bro. I had a very I had an important text I had to read. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. My point
Everything's
is,
okay. It's one of those spouse things.
I got you, but that's fine. What I'm trying to say to you is like, regardless of what or of who I am, right? You are you, Silver. You have the capacity to.
I mean, it's like I have the capacity, bro, but I've tried. That's what I'm just trying to say. Like I've tried. I've been trying for 2 months. It just doesn't really work out that way. So, I'm not too upset about it. I get it. They're kind of strict about that kind of thing because of what Boogie did, and also like I kind of also understand too from the perspective of like they don't want like I mean, in the Gidgey thing. Remember when Gidgey went up on that other panel? The people.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, like that's the last thing I would want to be like it's like Gidgey, popping up on a different panel, non-LCU panel and speaking about your favorite color.
Oh,
Is that a white is that a nice no, is that like
look,
a
I
YouTube
look.
appropriate way of saying that?
Gidgey, listen, Gidgey is balls to a wall. It sucks that she doesn't have a DMs open. Because if she had DMs open, I would definitely write her. I'd be like, "Hey, how you doing?
Huggy, I have to go.
Have fun, buddy. Do your thing."
Uh, yeah, let's see how this goes. Girlfriend wants to talk and she's upset, so
Take care.
y'all.
Take care of your own, buddy.
Yeah, man, yo, it's nice to have me on, dude. I love talking to you about this stuff because, like, I don't really have that many people in the, like, kind of in the YouTube sphere. I do that, but none of my friends talk about the LCU or Lolcow stuff. They mainly talk about, like, other things. So it's like, with you, it's like I can actually talk about the Lolcow universe.
Well, I appreciate
And
that, buddy. Thank you.
and I like it too because it's like, I mean, it's like it's something that I feel passionate about, right? Like, even if I say I don't like a certain thing, it's because I'm passionate about the universe. I'm passionate about I like the people. I like some of the hosts. Like, I've had talks with the old mama. I've had talks with Glammy plenty of times. Wonder Woman, like Ken. Like, I've met so many great people, and you through the LCU. That's like, I feel like, I just don't want it to go away right away, Like, I have been nonstop fan since like day one, and I will be to the end, Ride or die, LCU.
Hell yeah, buddy.
See you, brother.
Bye. Okay. Oh, look at Tara. Hi, Tara. What's up, buddy? Thank you for coming in. Doesn't Medica also have some legit fascist learnings? I could be misremembering, but I think he was online with some pretty awful shit back in 20. Yeah, yeah. I think that happened too, but like I said, you could do some silly, weird stuff, but the thing is that Medicare could back it up. He's good with that type of stuff. Now, this stuff I wanted to go over.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Bait It Podcast. I'm here. I'm Keemstar, first of all, and I'm here with co-host Andy Milanakis.
Hola.
And I'm also here with Anything for Views.
I just filmed a How to Basic video.
And our special guest today, the one, the only, Billy the Fridge.
What's up, boys? Thanks for having me in the house.
Yeah.
Now, you might know Billy the Fridge from like you and Leafy had a pretty big series going on, but Billy the Fridge is actually a pretty good musician, rapper.
So this is where I think he trained Rakim around this point, right? And now this is the infamous episode where Tommy points out that Billy snaked Dave. Shit talk Dave and everything. So let us watch.
What have you been working on recently, dude?
I've been working on a little new album, trying to step away from the YouTube memes for a second and get that real Grammy Award winning Macklemore nomination. I want to be the next Katy Perry, But today I was on a Dead on Dave's podcast.
Yo, I'm allowed to make a fat joke because I'm fat. What about Mackless S'mores?
Snacklemore?
When you said Katy Perry, I was going to say, well, you got the tits for it.
Hey, she's got some great boobs.
I met that bitch.
Dead on Dave. Dude, I don't really want to talk about him. I don't really want to give him attention, but fuck it. I feel like those people that are like,
I don't want you want to talk about it. You want to get off your chest, Keem boy. Go on a little bit of a rant, mate.
Well, did you see me when I was on there earlier? Did you tune in?
Yeah, I watched it because I saw you were on there. And like, first of all, I think it's hilarious, right? Because for those of you that don't know, Bait It Podcast used to be, and almost everyone knows this, but I'm sure there's a few people that don't, but Bait It Podcast used to be myself, Colossal is Crazy, and this random guy that I picked up off the street known as Tinfoil Tommy. And basically there was a falling out.
Like again, this is like a time capsule to where Tommy and Keem hated one another, when they used to snap at one another. And that's where I get this whole idea where like Tommy and Keem are on like equal levels. Because Tommy could give it right back to Keem and tell him to shove it, like wherever the case is. And there's leniency with it. Because I think at the end of the day, Keem knows that Tommy's really good at what he does. He did very well with Shove with the point. He did well with Beta until Tommy could not deal with the nonsense of Keem and stuff. which goes to show you that when you have when you have a really talented person leave the show and then you have to like replace it with two other people, it doesn't hit the same. But you see, and Billy just said, "Hey, I just was on Dead on Dave stuff." So let's continue.
And they went and made their own podcast called Catch 33, which for some reason doesn't put out any fucking episodes at all. And one of the people on there is Dead on Dave, who is a complete nobody that's friends with the Tinfoil Tommy dude. And I don't know, last podcast that we were doing, Colossal is Crazy was on here. I think Billy brought this up privately. He was like, shit, Clown's been on here twice since Bait It split up, and he's only been on his own show 4 times. So that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's like 33% more.
I think it's 50, but whatever.
I'm good at math.
But my point is that Clown has been begging me to go on Catch 33, and I don't like Tommy. The truth of the matter is the whole time, Tommy was on Bait It, he would constantly kiss my ass, and he became really fake, and he kept asking me for more and more. Like, first of all, I given this person a career. I bought him a $500 microphone. I given him money literally because he was poor and he needed it for his family on 2 different occasions. I was at the point where I was like, okay, I've done a lot for this dude. And he would like ask me for like Twitter shout outs and shit, or a shout out from Dromler. And at that point, I think we were like 3 podcasts in. I was like, I don't like this guy. He's using me. Right. And I wanted to kick him, but him and Clown basically made this pact because Tommy went to Clown saying, oh man, I'm worried that I'm going to lose this and I'm going to get kicked off the show. And then Clown being the good person that he is, told Tommy, don't worry about it. If you get kicked off, I'll go with you. So
man, fuck Clown, right? Fuck Clown, right?
Clown's an idiot. Clown is fucking like he's too nice. If you go to Clown with a problem, he will try to help you out. He will go out of his way to try to make things right. And unfortunately, because of that, he has fallen victim of a lot of people using him and taking advantage of him. And one of those people is Tommy and Dave, in my opinion, and I'll get more into that in a second. But look, Clown has been asking me to go over and do an episode of Catch 33. I mean, he literally asked me on the last episode of Bait It, and I don't want to go over there because I just don't want to give, fucking this Tinfoil Tommy the time or day. But
you don't want to feed the parasites any more than you already have.
Well, I mean, we're doing it right now, but because I'm at the point where, like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck anymore, right?
Well, you don't want to do the show. Tommy and Dave don't want you to do the show. Clown's the only one that wants you over there.
But here's the thing, right? Clown's been begging me to do the show, all right? Tommy and Dave kept calling me pussies for not doing Catch 33 and going on their show. So today, as a meme, okay, this was a meme, I tweeted at Clown, fine, I will agree to go on Catch 33 podcast, but I have some conditions, and my conditions must be made, right? Well, Clown was sleeping or something. He didn't respond right away, and I went to bed because I have this fucked up sleep schedule. I wake up and Clown responded to me saying, good, what are your conditions? And I responded with, Tommy and fucking Dave can't be there, right? Come to find out, all right, that one little tweet caused fucking Tommy to make multiple tweets about me, Twitter videos about me. It caused Dave to do a fucking 2-hour stream about me, saying that now they don't want me on this show and that I'm not welcome to go on their show.
And then you deleted your whole Twitter account because of it. That was the real thing that was crazy.
What? I'm confused.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Sorry, bad joke.
That fell.
Well,
Amy Milanakis, like it. Any Milanakis, anything reviews, it's like, what the hell is going on here? Like, and granted, this is just one episode, and you can't really gauge what the their personalities are, but like you have Andy just saying some random stuff that makes no sense. And so for anything for views, it's not really saying anything. And like I said, this is just a time capsule where Keem and Tommy just hated one another, despised one another. So where were we? We're like 6 minutes in. Okay, let's go.
On Dave's show today, Dave told me he had some conditions for you being on the show, and he said there would be no conditions. So he put his foot down.
Like he's in the position to barter with his fucking 200 followers on Twitter.
Dude, Dead on Dave like belongs in a carnival. That motherfucker should not be viewable on YouTube. I mean, he is such an ugly creature, and the words that come out of his mouth.
Come on, let's not make fun of people's looks, Keem. You're not the most beautiful boy in the shed.
I am a very attractive young man.
Young gnome.
What fucking mirror have you been looking in? Holy shit.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm a good-looking guy. But listen, it's not just the fact that he looks like a carny. He fucking acts and talks like a fucking carny. Like he has no intelligence whatsoever. I don't know how many times this mother flip-flops on people. Like at 1 minute he's saying Leafy is the fucking devil. Leafy is the worst person ever. Leafy is a sociopath. Then like the next day, Leafy's a good guy. Leafy's very talented. Leafy has a great work. Like him and Tommy, they flip flop on the things that they say so much that they have lost all credibility and they have no integrity. Young man.
Young gnome.
What fucking mirror have you been looking in? Holy shit.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm a good-looking guy. But listen, it's not just the fact that he looks like a carny. He fucking acts and talks like a fucking carny. Like he has no intelligence whatsoever. I don't know how many times this mother flip-flops on people. Like at 1 minute he's saying Leafy is the fucking devil. Leafy is the worst person ever. Leafy is a sociopath. Then like the next day, Leafy's a good guy. Leafy's very talented. Leafy has a great work. Like him and Tommy, they flip-flop on the things that they say so much that they have lost all credibility and they have no integrity at all. The words that come out of their mouth do not hold any value because they're constantly flip-flopping. And on top of that, they're complete nobodies. You know, I fucking, and I'm sorry. And I know that's like, oh, you got subs, so you're picking on small YouTubers. It's not that, dude. It's not that. I go to their social blades. Their channels are fucking dying. Their channels, like, Dead on Dave gets 22,000 views a month, okay? Tommy, who got all this views from Beta, is only getting like 200,000 views a month, and he's losing subs every single fucking day. And this has been going on for months, right? So who the fuck is tuning in to Catch 33? They can't be Tommy fans. They can't be Dave fans because Dave does a stream and only fucking 30 people are watching. Tommy does a stream and only 300 people are watching. And these podcasts are getting right now like 60,000 views. So who the fuck is watching that show? Only clown fans. That's it. You know,
maybe we should help him promote it. If we think we could help him promote it.
All I'm saying is if, you know, Clown and Tommy keep saying, or excuse me, Dave and Tommy keep saying, oh, we love Clown. Clown's great. Clown's the greatest person on earth. Oh, yeah, if he's so fucking great and you fucking love him and you respect him, Tommy and Dave, then let him go because you are literally holding that motherfucker back. Clown has talent. Neither of you do. You were both given an opportunity. You both have been put on the spotlight on Beta and Catch 33, and neither one of you are fucking growing. You're fucking dying, and you're holding that person fucking back.
Well, Clown has free will. He can do whatever the fuck he wants just because you say he's too nice.
You know, it's like the way Keem talks about Colosso's crazy and being held back by Tommy and Dave. It's kind of like current day age where like Lolcow Live is holding the universe back from growing. Even then, it's like the thing is dying, and like they still have a meeting of 2,000 stuff. You know what I mean?
That's his own fucking fault. He has to make his own decisions in life.
But they're holding him back. Like seriously, Clown needs to come back to Beta. Period.
I'm not here to turn this into a circle jerk, like some people in the comment section have thought lately. Although I don't fully agree with what you're saying here, there's some major points that you make that I do agree with you. But I'm mostly just here to make die in the army jokes and shit like that. But my name's Jeff. One major point that you did bring up was that they're not growing despite their concurrent uploads, and they're not growing with subs or viewers. And I think their problem is their opinions change too much for it to make anyone matter or care for their content at all. And I understand. I used to fucking hate your guts, game. There was a day.
I still hate your guts.
Yeah, I still hate you a little bit.
But I'm still gaining subs. I'm still like I have relevancy.
Yeah.
Like,
I was more pointing at the point that you said their opinions change too much, and that's true. And everyone's opinion does change on what they think about people. But like you said, theirs changes every fucking day.
Well, here's the thing, because this is very important. It's not about opinions changing. It's about being fake, because I'm not saying they're being fake, but if you flip-flop, that's not a changed opinion. That's like flip-flopping is being fake. Changing opinion is literally having a change of heart on a certain topic, being fake.
They're flip-flopping for their own beneficial gain. So that
Tinfoil Tommy is the fakest motherfucker I have ever met. Like, he used to kiss my ass all the time to the point where it was just disgusting, all right? Anytime anybody goes on Tinfoil Tommy's show, all right, the first thing that comes out of his mouth is, oh my God, I'm a huge fan, all right? How the fuck is it possible for you to be a huge fan of everyone? That doesn't make sense. You can't be a huge fan of everybody that comes in your show.
I believe him when he tells me that, okay? I think he is a huge fan.
I know what you're beating around at with the changing the opinions for beneficial gain, and that does kill an audience. Like, for me, for example, I'm going to use me as an example because I'm a prick. I said something really fucked up on Twitter the other day. I made fun of H3. I sent out a tweet about him saying, you know, I did that, and I got so much fucking hate for it, but I didn't backtrack on my opinion. Because people started hating on me for it. I mean, I got in a lot of trouble for it. And what I said, a lot of people agreed with me, but none of them have the fucking bollocks to go on the internet and say the exact same thing.
Yeah, I guess I see your point there. But, like, again, you were just kind of joking, too. It wasn't even that serious, was it?
It wasn't serious. It was, like, banter. And I kind of thought that he'd read it, have a laugh, and kind of, like, make fun of me back. That's what I was hoping. And, like, I was kind of thinking, like, the internet might take it seriously. Like, you know how, like, Ian and I used to have those fucking fake fights on Twitter, same with Max and I?
Right.
I was kind of
because it was about money. That turns into a low blow when it's about money.
I honestly crossed the line. But it's, like, the same thing. They will do that. They'll sit on Twitter and they'll make fun of whoever. They'll say, like, Leafy's a bad YouTuber or Grade's a bad YouTuber. But the second that it benefits them, like, Leafy's like, oh, I'll come on your podcast. Then all of a sudden, they're best mates. You know, they're holding hands and kissing each other.
I don't know. I like Ethan. I like H3H3. I wish he would re-upload the episode when I was on his podcast, though. I don't know why. People have asked me why it got taken down. I kind of do know, but it's private, so I can't say. But it has nothing to do with me. But I wish he'd re-upload it because a lot of people want that episode back up. But anyhow, listen, we're getting distracted here. I just want to bring up the fact that Billy the Fridge was literally on Dead on Dave's show today, and like Dead on Dave completely changed his attitude towards me just because Billy the Fridge came on and defended me. It made no sense whatsoever. Like the things that come out of their mouth have no value. There's no value to them because they are just saying what they think they should say in order to get fucking views or for people to like them, if that makes sense.
Well, I think I sold you pretty well on the show, though. Like, a lot of the fans that hated you, too, were kind of switching with what I was saying. I like to play devil's advocate, not saying you're the devil, but everybody there was hating on you, so it felt good to jump in and just try and hit them with a different opinion. And I think I delivered it pretty well. That could be why he was flip-flopping, or I don't want to say flip-flopping. That could be why he changed his opinion.
No, he changed on the spot because he was like, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to make fun of Keem, and hopefully Billy's going to be on my side. It's going to be a good old laugh. It's going to be me and Billy making fun of him. And then the second he saw you, like, not follow his lead, he's like, oh shit, backtrack, boys, you know?
Exactly. And it's just like, dude, how can you be a fan of someone that is like that? How can you be a fan of someone that literally just like they have no value in what they say? And first of all, like Tommy, Tinfoil Tommy, his own fans are turning on him left and right because he is so obsessed with me and they all see it. It's like he won't stop talking about me, and his own fans are like, okay, we get it, you don't like Keem, like stop. Because anything I do on social media, Tinfoil Tommy, and this is why we call him Tinfoil Tommy, this is why his own fans call him Tinfoil Tommy, he makes these crazy conspiracy theories up about Tommy. Why I'm doing what I'm doing. It makes no sense.
Tinfoil fucking Tommy, whoever came up with that is a genius.
Hashtag Tinfoil Tommy is trending.
I can imagine what he'd look like with a fucking tinfoil hat. Actually, Tommy, when you listen to this, I want you for your next episode or just to be a fucking hero. Can you make a tinfoil hat and do an hour podcast wearing it, please?
He probably will. So because like, listen, that's a defense mechanism.
Well,
right?
I want him to do it. Okay, don't give him a reason not to. I want to see it for my fucking life.
If he does it, he's going to do it so people don't call him Tinfoil Tommy.
Well, you're trying to start a war here right now. You said it on Twitter earlier. You said you're bringing a war to Baited, to Catch 33.
Hey, I'm not carrying a rifle here. I don't want to die in the army. I'm sitting on the sidelines.
Andy, can you back me up a little bit here? Like, how for fucking 5 months I've been silent about these fuckers, right? They talk about me every fucking stream, and
yeah, I mean, okay, I won't. How about this? To be fair, I'm not going to back you up on everything you're saying against them, but I will back you up on the whole not being silent thing. And maybe I'm biased, but everybody says don't feed the trolls. If someone's talking about you, just ignore it. Yeah, be the bigger man. No, but if someone keeps on fucking poking and prodding at you, and you think you have a better argument, and you could put them in their fucking place, it feels good to put someone in their fucking place when you feel like it's deserved. So I will back you up on that part.
And I completely understand. I completely understand the point where people are saying, well, listen, if their channels are dying, right, and like, you know, just don't talk about them. But it's like, I feel like something needs to be said. I feel like somebody needs to say, look, bro, you're becoming a little stalkerish. Like, why is it whatever Keem does, you're talking about? Like, and then you use this argument, well, he's injected himself in this in the story. Okay, yeah, I injected myself into promoting Kavas. Again, you didn't have to talk about it, but you did. I injected myself with having an opinion on Philip DeFranco. You didn't need to talk about it, but you did. I've injected myself in talking about things, and somehow that gives you right because I'm talking about that thing, and you decide to talk about the same thing. You get to talk about my opinion. This doesn't even logically make sense. You're fucking stalking me, and that's the truth. You're stalking me, bro. You got to get over it, all right? You bait it with U.S. host, Tommy, is not on, all right? Yes, you had this golden opportunity. Now you no longer have it. Yes, your channel is dying, but you talking about me isn't going to save your channel. And if it did, then your channel would be successful now. You'd be growing subs, not losing them. It's not working for you. You went as far, Tinfoil Tommy, to tell fucking people that you are going to be the new Keemstar, and you literally, for months, acted like you were me. You became a fucking cunt. You talked like a cunt. You talked like me, and I know I'm calling myself a cunt.
Is this self-deprecation, or are you finally coming out of your shell and admitting that you're a prick, Keem? Come on, we're making progress.
Listen. I can be arrogant. I can be like, whatever, have strong opinions and whatnot. I can be like that, right? But Tommy literally was telling other YouTubers that he was going to be a better Keemstar than Keemstar. What kind of psychotic stalker shit is that? Like that is fucking crazy. That's crazy, dude.
It's just lacking ideas and content, so he's just got to ride the milk train for as long as he can. And we told you this. I think we might have said on the first podcast.
It's not working.
We said
It's not working. His channel's dying.
I know it's not working, but some people...
Guess who just resupplied him?
Yeah, you're
Guess who just resupplied him with milk?
Hey,
Keem, if he talks about you...
Give Keem a round of applause for calling himself a cunt and finally coming out of the cupboard. Everyone just round of applause. Come on, everyone wants to come, please.
Okay.
He
came out of the cunt pervert. Yo,
This fucking banter between anything reviews, Andy and fucking Keem, it's what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Also, again, this is hindsight, but like, Lolcow Live, the fucking his brainchild of the Keemstar show, hasn't grown with any significant increase in sub goals. At this point, the Lolcow Live should be at 1 million subs by now. That should be a million sub channel. And like, as I was showing before, you literally have your host. All three of your hosts do not even combine with the talent or even the charisma of a fucking Tommy, Akeem. Who else? The Colossal is great. Like, all former hosts that Akeem worked with do not compare to the three dumbasses from Lolcow Live. The channel is dying, and it's just funny how Keem was commenting on, in this day and time, how Tommy and Dave's podcast was not doing well. They're dying without if they don't talk about him.
So if these guys are talking about you, and I know you're like fed up and you're like, all right, I don't want to be silent anymore. If he talks about you, every little thing you say, that's going to happen tenfold now that you're making a whole podcast about it.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Right? It's happening every stream regardless. So it doesn't matter if I talk about it or not. My point is I want the few people that watch me and him, which there isn't many, like he goes live and like only 300 people are watching. I just want those people to know where I stand in all this, because if there are a few people out there that are curious about my opinion on Tommy constantly talking about me, like a crazy ex-girlfriend, I just want to make a point. Yeah, he's fucking nuts. He's crazy. Like, I just want to make that point. And that, these people really don't have any credibility whatsoever. The flip-flopping on me, like, when Tommy's on Baited, I'm the greatest person alive. I'm an angel because I gave a veteran a job opportunity. So I'm a great person, right? That's what he said when he was on Baited. The minute that Baited breaks up, all of a sudden I'm the worst person alive, all right? And I'm dogging on fucking veterans because Chad said, as a meme, I wish Tommy died in the army. Like, it's just, there's so much flip-flopping going on.
I stand by that joke.
you lose credibility. And the process of you guys being complete losers with no credibility with dying channels, you are dragging down Clown. You're taking Clown down with you. All right. Clown feels unmotivated. Clown is out. I don't feel like he's connected to like where the people that Clown belongs to be working with someone like me or popular YouTubers. He does not belong working with you guys. You guys are holding him fucking back.
You shouldn't be.
You guys remember when Keem said there are popular YouTubers that want to be on Lolcow Live? Do you remember that? Pepper's Farm remembers that. There has to be big YouTubers that would love to get a free paycheck by going Lolcow Live and just making money dragging Billy Boogie's Caucus 8 wheels from Sunday. There has to be, but I would like to see it. Look, again, like Wink left. Tommy went to cafe. Tommy started from the bottom. He's trying to, give Billy back shots, right? Make his life miserable. I think now now Tommy don't care anymore. Tommy just want to do some other stuff, which is cool. And it's like, again, there's more talent on the other shows comparatively to the one show that Keem came up with for Boogie. I think at this point the show was really for Boogie. But it's not like Boogie has elevated it at all. The only time Boogie has ever elevated the show was when he lied about a disease, lied about his crash out, was method acting his suicidal tendencies, and that's the only way he got elevated. That's the only. But again, the view count is not going to change until something else changes. Okay, so if this Keem unbaited was to be the one that created Lolcow Live, I think he would have killed the moment shit got dry. He would have changed it up automatically. But I digress.
Be sitting here making
Under a guilt
assumptions.
trip.
No, you shouldn't be sitting here making assumptions on how you think Clown feels. Next time we get him on this podcast, if we ever get him on this podcast again, you can ask him that and see what his response is. Don't jump to conclusions of how he feels.
I'm not making assumptions. When I say that Clown feels sorry for them, that's literally it. He told Tommy, look, if you get kicked off the show or people part ways, I will do a show with you. He felt bad for Tommy because Tommy went to him worried. Oh my God, I finally got a career opportunity and it might be gone if I get kicked off the show. Like it's always been about that with Clown. Clown wants to help.
It wasn't always that. I mean, it wasn't only that. Like Clown, obviously you guys are cool now. He had a problem with you when you guys broke up. And when he started this other podcast, it wasn't just like, oh, I feel sorry for Tommy. It was also like, team fuck Keem, we're gonna do our own thing. You gotta
no. I know why the podcast broke up, but my point is, right, he did the podcast with Tommy, all right, because he felt sorry for him. Clown could have done a podcast with Leafy and great. Clown could have done a podcast with fucking I Hate Everything. Clown could do podcasts with popular people and be successful, but he did it with complete nobodies, all right, because he felt sorry for him.
He definitely, planned on leaving Baited with Tommy and giving Tommy this platform to do Catch 33. And when they brought on Dave, like that definitely was for Tommy. He wanted to make sure Tommy was set up.
Sorry to cut you off, but I see Clown's fans every day bitching and complaining on Twitter that they hate fucking Tommy and they hate Dave. I see it all the time, all right? And you know what? If Clown's fans actually liked Tommy and Dave, then Tommy and Dave's channels would not be fucking dying.
Yeah, well, I think they haven't they need to make a mark for themselves outside the realm of, them versus Keem, and maybe they haven't done that enough.
No one wants to listen to a bunch of 40-year-olds think they're cool and hip with the internet. Keem just
I guess I need to kill myself.
It's honestly that like a bunch of young people, like 18 to 20, because that's the majority of like audience online. I don't know, maybe a bit younger. They don't want to listen to two 40-year-olds complain about crap that's just not relevant, and they're sick of hearing them cry about how much of a manipulator and the tinfoil meme that Keem is. It gets old. Repetitive shit gets old. You can see that with any other channel. And theirs just had a very fucking short run because after they got off the boat with Keem when they got that free promotion, nothing wrong with getting that free promotion. Good on you for giving that opportunity. I, for one, am not shy of taking free promotion from other bigger YouTubers. After they got off that boat, they didn't come up with their own content. They just kept fucking complaining about you and riding that train.
Just stop, bro. Like, if you want any opportunity to somewhat be successful, stop fucking talking about me because you're and I'm not actually I'm gonna, you know, I'm not saying like, oh, stop bullying me, oh, stop doing. I'm just saying like, dude, look at your numbers, bro. Look at your numbers. Is it working for you? It's not working for you. All right. Dead on Dave, he does this podcast or stream or whatever earlier today, and he kept saying, well, look at Baited's numbers. They're not what they used to be, acting like somehow we're failing. Dude, it just frustrates me how dishonest these people are, and or maybe they're not dishonest. Maybe they're just really that stupid. Okay, just so you know, like just to remind everybody. All right, in the October of 2016, YouTube changed their algorithm, and everybody in the commentary community felt it. Podcasts, commentaries, drama channels, we all felt it all the way up to H3H3. Everybody's channels started going in decline at that moment. Now, some are surviving and some are straight up fucking dying, okay? But Baited did not fucking die. Yes, we've taken a hit. Yes, we got lower numbers, but so does fucking Catch 33. I mean, your first episode has 200,000 views. Your newest one that you uploaded a week ago only has 60,000, right? So, you know, this whole concept of, oh, new Baited's not getting fucking the same views old Baited got. New Baited has started in December of January of 2017, in the middle of this fucking YouTube fucking, you know, what do you call it? Apocalypse, right? And we're still fucking pulling out fucking good numbers. Like,
you also need to understand that a large majority of Colossal's audience left because I miss it. I think it'd be better with him here. And the audience were there. The audience were there for Keemstar and Clown, and Tommy was the side gig. Not that Tommy did a bad job. I didn't think he did a fucking very good job. Half the time I wanted to shut up. And I bet a lot of people on this episode will want me to shut the fuck up about this. But when Clown left, he took half, or if not more or less, of his audience with him. Everyone in the comment section bitched for months. Where's Clown? Where's Clown? Where's Clown? He left. And then after that ended, after the people complaining ended, they just never came back. The views disappeared.
Yeah, and look, I'm not delusional at all. Like, me and Chad got a ton of hate, especially at the beginning. Now we're starting to get some love, and people are getting used to us, and people are kind of seeing the value in us. But I'm not delusional. I know that pretty much anyone who's giving us love now would way rather have Clown than either of us, and I can completely come to terms and admit that. And I can also admit that Clown is a lot better at being on podcasts and being a podcast personality than me and Chad combined.
I think he has such a great voice too.
Clown's invited to come back. Clown is invited to come back to be on this podcast. Billy, go ahead. I'm so sorry. You're the guest. Billy, first of all, let me apologize. You're the fucking guest on fucking Baited, and I'm just ranting and raving and not let you talk. Please take it.
And now I feel like Tommy and Dead on Dave want to fight me because I started this on the show as the guest. I'm scared now. I don't want to be caught in the middle of a war.
No, we got you back, man. We got you back.
Another thing that not only Clown's got the voice and everything, but another thing he had at that moment was he was like the side that he was still friends with Leafy when Leafy and Gray had that falling out. You guys had a very strong narrative that drove Baited from episode 1 of the old Baited through it. Like it had its own story that was being told from episode to episode that might not have, you haven't had that sort of thing with the new Baited just yet. You haven't had something other than the old Baited falling apart. You haven't really had a narrative to drive these podcasts from episode to episode. You're 13 episodes in right now, and it's definitely gotten to a point where everybody seems to be very cohesive, and you guys are very chill. And when you talk about something, you know, you all bring different opinions to it, but you haven't had that hook like when it was the Leafy grade problem. Maybe now talking trash to Dead on Dave and Tommy C, maybe you can give them that just enough shine, they become that narrative, and this becomes a world war of YouTube, and you know, Clown's got to pick sides, and then I'll sneak in Clown's bedroom at night, wrap him with a necktie, choke him out, bring his dead body back to Baited like a puppet, sit him on my lap, and make him say whatever I want him to say. These are options we have, but right now, you know.
Can you do a British voice?
Welcome to the all new Baited podcast.
Fucking horrible.
You're fired.
Done. Yeah, no, I couldn't do a British. I can't even do a British chick, let alone a British voice. They think fat people are gross.
I kind of feel like bad about even talking about them, but at the same time, it's like, you know what? Like, it doesn't matter what I do or say online. Tommy will immediately do a stream and then have some type of conspiracy about how I'm evil and how I like have this objective to run the whole world. Like it's the most insane shit ever. And
we don't need a conspiracy to know that you're evil.
Yeah, we've said it.
Even you admitted you were a cunt on this episode.
Yeah,
I'm just saying I can be.
This has been a great therapy lesson. Like sitting.
All I'm saying is I can be. All I'm saying is I can be.
So wait, if Tommy agreed, and I know he won't because he said I'm gonna bring him up whenever I want.
No.
Tommy agreed to never talk about you.
I'm not negotiating with that dude. I wouldn't ever tell him that you're not allowed to talk about me. I would just point out that what you're saying about me and all these crazy theories make you look like a crazy ex-girlfriend, and I believe that's part of the reason why your channel's dying, and the fact that you literally just, I don't know, you're not that entertaining when you fucking put out some crazy theory and then 20 minutes later you change your whole theory. Like you're just like you lose all credibility, and I don't think there needs to be a rule where they can't talk about me. I just think I want to point out the fact that, like, dude, if you're talking about me, if you have fucking, like, let's say 20 streams to your YouTube channel and my name gets mentioned in 17 of those, you're obsessed, bro. You're pretty obsessed with me, dude.
Are those 17 episodes getting more views though?
They are. Anything with Keemstar on Tommy's channel that with him in the thumbnail, it gets like 3 times.
Dude, not only that, he like literally steals like our thumbnails. He'll straight up steal our thumbnails from Baited and like do a whole response to a Baited episode.
I
with
recently called him out on Twitter for that because he used some of the artists that did some Baited artwork in his thumbnail. I just straight up said, like, can you at least credit the fucking artist, you know?
Like, I mean, it's kind of fucked up when you're literally stealing our thumbnails, making it look like it's a Baited, knowing that you were once
Tommy,
unbaited.
if you do a response to this, can you use this thumbnail on your response, please? I think that would be funny.
What, is it a picture of fucking Tommy with a tinfoil hat? Because that's perfect.
Oh, God. Someone draw that.
Someone please meme him with a fucking tinfoil hat. I don't know. Look, man, guys, I feel like, you know, I've just been going on a bit of a rant here, and I wanted to find out more from Billy the Fridge, like his opinions on all of this.
Yeah, I kind of got into the whole community back in September when everything was going big with Baited. You know, Baited was where I would go to get the news on what was going down. And at that point in time, I didn't know Tommy at all until like way later after you guys broke up. That's when I first started talking to him. And to have him like basically kiss your ass every episode. I was friends with Leafy at this point in time. So like having him talk down on Leafy and kiss you up so much, I thought he was like ride or die for you. And then when things split up and he went totally 180, it felt so fishy to me. Like that's like my one big thing with him is how he could be so affixed to your butt like during Baited, you know, lips to ass. Just and he said it was for job security, right? He said he kissed your ass because he didn't want to lose the gig he had, and that's fine.
You know what? I don't give a fuck about this. So like, I'll never kiss your ass. Keem, you go fuck yourself. If you want to fire me, that's cool.
At times, me and Andy do agree with you a lot in the podcast because we're not really like Baited used to be arguing. It used to be you and Clan going back and forth when like the community was at the peak of drama. Drama's fucking dead. It barely happens anymore. Although we do get onto a topic where we are talking, we are kind of agreeing with each other and throwing in our own opinions at the same time. And I know Andy is really good at that. At the same time, I'm not afraid to go on fucking Twitter. Or I'm not afraid to sit here and call you out on your bullshit. And I've done it several times on fucking on Twitter, you know.
And I've called you out on your bullshit for being lazy and not fucking streaming. And like, we're not afraid
isn't that
to
what
call
makes
each
people
other
friends? Isn't that what makes people friends? True, being honest, calling them out on their bullshit.
Well, maybe that's why Tommy keeps on fucking talking shit about me. Maybe he thinks that we're friends. We're not friends, bro. I never liked you, bro. The minute
Jesus Christ. Like, we hit the majority of. Hold on 1 second. When you hear the majority of this podcast, you come to realize that fucking Billy just said one thing about Tommy, and then Keem just went off the rails, just ranting about Tommy and Dead on Dave. Like, this man didn't lose a breath. Like, he inhaled hard, and he just went off. Like, and then Billy was like, you know, saying one thing and saying one thing over there, saying that he likes Dave and whatnot, and then he said some other shit on Baited. It's like, again, I think with Tommy and Keem, it's water under the bridge. It's fine. But like the pettiness between those two, it's the reason, and it will be hilarious if Tommy will be the reason why the Lolcow universe gets saved. I would laugh my ever-loving ass off if the person that about 8 years ago, Keem said that Tommy is not talented at all, is the same person that comes in and basically fixes all of the nonsense. Because I think now with this whole pettiness that Tommy did with Billy, I think people have more eyes on Cafe, if not early in the morning. If not watching it early in the morning, they would definitely be watching on the VOD because it's with Tommy and Barkrows must see TV and stuff. And I think they do a pretty good job with it. And it's also really good to listen to old podcasts just because it's also a time capsule, number one. And number two, you get a sense of how things were back in the day comparatively now, and how certain situations never really do change. how like someone's saying one thing and it tends to be true for them in another way. So that was pretty cool. But there's one more thing that I wanted to go over. Let me see. Hey Anna, what's up, buddy? 1 second. So, let me close this real quick. There's one more thing I wanted to show. Oh.
Hey, Nick. Hope all is well.
Okay. Real quick. So, in my personal opinion, one of the best hosts that Keem has ever had, aka Several Pancakes, has a special announcement.
I have a sincere request, and I hope this message gets to you properly. So, out of the blue, one of my coworkers mentioned that she's a fan of YouTube drama, and yours truly, Nicholas Diorio. No, I didn't tell her about our past, and she doesn't know about me in our past relationship. But I think, and I thought I would never ever admit this or say this in my entire life, you could do me a real solid with some social cred if I just popped on to one of your streams and kind of surprised a loyal Nicholas Diorio fan, my coworker, with the hello. You have an opportunity to make me feel like a real life superhero and movie star. I hope that you are cool enough to understand that this is a cool moment for both of us. Hope all is well, and feel free to message me.
Wow, Sava being humble. That's pretty cool. I wonder if it's going to end up happening or if Nick is going to say, fuck this shit, I'm out. Type of thing. But, 1 second. But to tie everything in a wonderful knot. 1 second. Okay, whatever. Let me go to content. Go to here. Go to here. Go to here. Let's see. Dickens. Chubby. Roll pair. Perfect. Alright, cool. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I was surprised I streamed for so long. 2 hours and 11 minutes. I think hopefully you guys enjoyed my coverage of this. But please, if you enjoy it, just give a thumbs up. If you'd like to drop a super chat, that'll be great too. But it's not needed. Thank you all for watching. I hope everyone has a wonderful and blessed day. And I'll see